Howdy, y'all. It's Curious Raven. On this Sunday, I wanted to give y'all at least 2 videos this week. So that was Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget, I am always thinking of you guys. It's just some days it's really hard for me to get up and do this when I'm in so much pain. But y'all are always on my mind, and I promise you, I at least try to get at least 1 video out to y'all a week. I try to get 2, sometimes even 3. Just bear with me right now. I'm kind of going through a lot of stuff. But just know that y'all are always on my mind. We have some weird, creepy ghost stories today. I hope y'all enjoy. Number 1. This is something that happened to me around 2017. But I still think about it quite often. I couldn't explain it and simply decided it was enough proof for me to not look further into it. However, reading a lot of stories from this group, I'd like to get other people's opinions on my experience. I live in the UK, and around this time, I have taken quite an interest in the paranormal. Me and a couple of friends used to research and traveled to a few locations, supposedly haunted sites, in search of proof of the paranormal. One night, whilst drinking and researching our next haunted location online, one of my friends suggested we attempt a Ouija board. It's not something I've ever owned or wanted to own, so we made a very basic one out of cardboard. I was very skeptical about this as I heard many bad stories, but like everything involving the paranormal, you're never a true believer until you see it for yourself. We started the board by asking standard questions. If there was a spirit present, what is your name? Show us a sign, etc. We received no replies, and that left us all feeling a lot more lighthearted about what we were doing. Having basically given up hope on any truth behind the Ouija board, one of my friends started to antagonize the spirit, saying, "Don't be a pussy. If you're real, you'd show us a sign," and other things like that. Less than 30 seconds later, both of the light bulbs in the room popped together at the same time, leaving us in darkness. Safe to say, I have never left a room so quickly before. There was a fire bin burning on my back garden, which we quickly tossed the board into and carried on with our night, trying to forget the experience. The next day, I looked in the bin and it was still there, and it's with only lightly burned edges. Please remember, we made this out of cardboard and it was thrown into a roaring fire. I emptied the remains into a sack and disposed of them at my local dump. Number 2. I was laying in bed with my dog right next to me. From the other room, I heard the sound that my dog's collar makes when he moved. I was home alone at the time, and when I went to the room where I heard the sound, there was nothing there. But I was sure that it had come from there. The thing is that my dog's collar was against my pillow. It doesn't make noise when it's like that. I still don't know what it was or if it was just in my head or not. Number 3. Okay, so I don't believe in ghosts. Whilst patrolling and searching a huge old manor house, alone, about 45 minutes ago, I was heading up to the 3rd floor on a narrow staircase. About 4 steps up, I just clearly heard a female voice from behind me say, "Stop." I turned back to the main hall landing and searched and shouted down every corridor with no reply. The entire building was in darkness except for my torch and the light from the outside post lights. Then while leaving the building, I passed down the main hall stairs through a corridor and clear as day heard footsteps banging above me. Again, I checked, and again, nothing. Weird experiences, and I'm presuming I'm just overtired, but I thought I'd share. Number 4. So, when I was a kid, my sister and I were good friends with the neighborhood kids. Our first sleepover at their house, both my sister and I slept our friend's bedroom floor, even though she had a large queen bed. Reason being because when she slept, she moved a lot in her sleep, not normal shifting and adjusting. She literally rotated like arms on a clock. It was super weird, but what was even weirder was after she and my sister had fallen asleep, both heavy sleepers, by the way, the small TV turned on, and I had to get up to go to the other side of the bedroom to turn it off. This happened a few times. When the brass swing handles on her chest of drawers would creak as if they were being used. Same with the handles on her glass cabinet full of porcelain dolls. On another occasion, when we were sleeping over, the radio turned on super loud and I had to jump up to turn it off. And it happened again, even after I unplugged the damn thing. Her bedroom door used opened by itself too, even though I'd made a point to close it hard enough so that it made the click sound. After we told our parents, they wouldn't let us sleep there anymore, and to make things worse, they told us they were probably demons. Number 5, I have more or so wonder what I need to do. My girlfriend, 27 female, me, 27 male, the entity, Elizabeth, the doll John Doe the ghost. We brought Elizabeth the doll to our apartment and began to have a doorbell ring on its own. We answered the door to have no one there. One day, with my dad and I moving in, we broke the doorbell only to have a knock at the door. When we answered, no one was there. We quit answering only to single knocks. It was a pattern we noticed with the knocks that eventually ended. More recently, pins have started moving on their own and ended up in different locations than they were placed. It's fond of a purple pin we have, and it moves on its own accord. John has thrown a pin at my girlfriend's butt. I wonder if 2 ghosts can be in one doll. Right now, we have picked up a foreign-sounding girl, Russian or Japanese voice, and a man's voice on my girlfriend's device. One is a woman trying to find out how it works, and she makes the strangest request like, Alexis, fan on. Then the male's voice said, "You can't hear me." My girlfriend and I have learned that we can punish them by putting the doll in a closet. It doesn't like it, and will door knock on the closet if we leave it in there too long. It's just weird stuff. My girlfriend wants to get rid of it. I really like the doll because it's beautiful. We have been talking about it, and I told her, what if it doesn't end the activity and we get rid of a nice doll? It would be a shame. It has not done anything to harm us. Number 6. So, a few years ago, my friends played the Ouija board, and we didn't think much of it, you know? We had 2 different sessions. The first attempt, we asked questions and asked for signs and got nothing. Second attempt, I now hop in from someone who didn't want to play anymore. Others are asking questions and nothing's happening, and then I decided to try to ask the question, who are we speaking with? Boom. Starts moving right away. The planchette, then moved to B and Z, and then we immediately asked if we could say goodbye, and it did. We looked it up and saw that BZ could mean Beelzebub. Ever since then, I've always had an eerie feeling everywhere I've resided. Was this a dangerous move, or am I just overthinking it? Okay, that's the end of this little collection of 6 stories. Some were of Ouija boards. Please do not play on them. They really do bring bad things. I love y'all so much. I will see y'all this coming up week. But until then, remember, it's scary out there. Please like and subscribe.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross